Hello, everybody. This is Faris.
And this is Caleb Flournoy, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Caleb, what's up, brother? What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, Faris. Everything is coming along well, man. Everything's coming along well. How's everything with you today?
Man, pretty good, man. What you got on your wrist?
So this right here?
Uh-huh.
So this right here is actually a piece of jewelry that I got for Christmas.
Oh,
actually.
cool.
Actually, my partner ended up giving me this. It's a bracelet. It's a David Yurman bracelet.
Okay, nice.
It's a really nice bracelet. And so I got this for Christmas.
No, yeah.
Trying to bling a little bit.
Yeah, like, shoot, that thing just kind of, when I was looking at you, it kind of caught my eye. I'm like, that is pretty darn cool. I thought it was one of those copper bracelets where, you know, for balance, they say copper is good for something.
Well, copper is good for blood circulation.
That's what
and for arthritis.
Okay, yeah.
And so, but this is not copper.
Okay, you're a mess, man.
But I need some blood circulation, so I don't have arthritis, so that's good. But yeah, this is a nice piece. It was a great surprise, and I really like this.
That's when I've realized that I'm really not a big jewelry person. I see a little necklace every now and then I want, but I put my wedding ring on. That's about it right there. I need to start wearing watches more, and it's just.
Oh, you're not. So I used to collect watches, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. So I had a not a necessarily big watch collection. I probably had at least 6 watches that I really liked. I had some, I like Movado watches. This is like a Movado here, but I like Movado. I had a few Tag Heuers, and I think I had a Michael Kors or something like that. But I just kind of like watches. I was really fascinated. And so my little jewelry and my little watch collection is,
why not, man?
It's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing a little bit. Yeah.
Well, man, hey, I know, as you know, man, it's been busy around here. Guys, like these home care guys right here. I don't know if you all recognize, we have a lot of things going on.
We do.
Caleb, I want you to go through and tell them about a couple of projects that we've had going on for the last few months.
For the last few months, we built out this studio, which looks amazing.
Yes.
And so we still are doing some work here. We have an event space that we have. It's like 5,000 square feet in event space. And so we're working on the renovations of that event space as well. So we're doing new tile and paint selections and area for the DJ. The kitchen area is being renovated. So we're really excited about that. You want to talk about the project that we have going on in Macon?
And also, we had a few projects that we're juggling, man. We'll talk about the Macon project.
We keep up with this, man. We keep up with so much.
So we had another huge renovation. I think last year before last, we acquired a building in Macon. Really bought it, had a really great deal on it. And so we bought it, and then what we decided to do was we decided to go through and transition our home care office from a rental place to a building that we own. Right. So, but the building had to be fully renovated, and the renovations are completely gutted.
Right.
The renovations are simply amazing. We have an amazing contractor that went through and just gutted the whole thing. We got new ceilings, new plumbers, new electric, new roof,
new AC,
new window, just everything, new AC, just everything. So we'll be doing a re-grand opening on the next week or so. But Caleb, that's been a huge project as well. Not to say the least, we had another big project that we had to go on undertaking as well. But man, it's been amazing.
Another project we're also working on is like the renovation of our headquarters. You know, we're doing new stonework and we had new gate entrances for that, and so we're super excited. And then we're starting the excavation of our media center. And so it's not gonna be like the Tyler Perry Studios, but we're gonna call it the Flournoy Studios. The Bible said God will say He'll make your name great. So we want to call it the Flournoy Studios, and we will have a place for individuals that want to come out and do podcasts, do recordings, do photo shoots. And so we're looking forward to opening that up in 2022.
Yeah, it's a lot of great things coming along, man. A lot of great things coming along. But this kind of really segues into our topic for today, man. And I think a lot of times we think about the glitz and the glam of business. But today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why businesses fail. 5 reasons why your business is failing. And a lot of these things we're going to be going over today is things that we have related to on our journey of entrepreneurship as well. So Caleb, it's going to be an amazing topic, man. I'm going to pass the mic on back over to you, man.
Well, I want to just kind of start off with posing a few questions. And the questions is, why is your business not growing? If for all the entrepreneurs out there that are listening to this episode, I want you to really take inventory with yourself. I think that 2021 was an amazing year for us, Faris. We're excited about 2022, but some businesses did not have a great year. Yeah. And so you need to ask yourself that question, why is my business not growing? Also, why is my business struggling? While others are growing and blossoming, why is my business struggling? And the last question I want to pose is, why are you not in love love with your business. Wow. And I think that a lot of entrepreneurs, they get to a point where, they start to resent their business because their big business becomes so overwhelming with their personal lives. They really don't have a life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's only for a time and season that, you give yourselves, like a few years or so to really say, I'm going to be fully invested in my business, but it shouldn't take 10, 15, 30 years of your life. And so those are questions that I want to pose to you. And we're going to talk about that, 5 tips on why your business is failing.
Exactly. And the first tip is the number one thing that is the number one thing is that your business is not aligned with you.
That's true.
One thing, when you're in alignment, everything just seems to snap into place. Everything seems to work. But if your business is not aligned with what your purpose is, that's the number one reason. And the business is the vehicle and your purpose is not clear. So one thing, you have to have a clear purpose of who you are, where you're going, and then align your business with where you're going, not trying to go through and jump on every last fad. Because I think a lot of times people, they jump from this to that. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit later as well. Jump from this fad to this over here. I like this, and want to keep starting. And you'll never go through and have a completion of nothing as well.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
So I feel also when you are aligning your business, like everything just flows.
Yes.
Like, from the meeting of the people that you need to bring onto your business to your products and services, to your shipping or whatever you're doing, everything is just aligned. And so it should also, your business, your purpose should align up with your business.
Yes.
So many people choose business or create a business because of money. Mm-hmm. And eventually they come out to say, really, I really don't know why I started this business or, the reason why, but it should align with your purpose. Mm-hmm. And one thing I look at mentors, like, believe it or not, this young lady in Atlanta is, I would call her a distant mentor. She doesn't even know she's my mentor, but she is. Just being an entrepreneur, I look up to Pinky Cole. Mm-hmm. Pinky Cole actually is the founder of Slutty Vegan. And what she did is she actually used the vehicle of food. So food was her vehicle, vegetarian, vegan food. And so what she did was her purpose, I believe her purpose was changing lives and changing how the culture sees food and healthy eating. And so that's what she used. She used the vehicle of food and created the purpose, which is she wants to change the lives and through the lenses and show people that you can be cool and you can eat healthy and you can live a healthy life. And so I want to just give a shout out to that. She has a clear vision and she has a clear on her purpose, and that's why her business is thriving. And so everything that Pinky does and touches, it turns to gold. And I would say that for us as Faris as well, because we have a clear vision with our healthcare business. And so we use home care or our healthcare business as the vehicle, but I know our personal goal is to create an ecosystem in healthcare where we're providing so many services and programs in those underserved communities. And so that's not only in Georgia, but that's throughout the nation. And so I feel that once your vision is clear and once your purpose is clear, that's the alignment and that's how your business becomes successful. So in order to not have a failing business, align your vision, and align your purpose, and you succeed.
Hey everybody, this is Faris. I want to come to you really quickly to tell you about this new program that's hitting Georgia like a wildfire. This program is called Structured Family Caregiving. This program allows for family caregivers to get paid to care for their loved ones. If you're currently caring for your loved one and you want to go through and ensure that they get the best quality care, give us a call at 478-345-0523 and sign up for the Structured Family Caregiving Program. That's a powerful nugget right there, Caleb. Number 2 is business owners spread themselves too thin.
Oh my goodness.
It says most business owners, what they do is they try to do everything.
Right.
And we can relate because when you are a perfectionist, when you're starting off in business, sometimes you have to go through and actually do a lot. You have to wear multiple hats. But as you grow and mature in business and mature in life, you realize that it's your responsibility to empower other individuals. Because what happens is spreading yourself too thin, it makes you fall out of love with what you once loved. And that's one thing that you never want to go through and do. If you enjoy baking and you're just an excellent baker, you never want to fall out of baking, because once you fall out of baking, then your products begin to suffer, your customer service begins to suffer as well. And that's one thing that I think a lot of business owners, what they do is spread themselves too thin. I can do this, I can do that, or I can do the accounting, or I can clean up, I can do everything. And there's no one person that can do everything.
Faris, I remember starting when we started the business, pretty much with the home care business, you know, we were the staffers, we were the HR personnel, we were the caregivers, we were the custodians, we were the culture makers, we were accounting, we was doing so many things, you know, the marketers, we were doing so many things. And I can I can see now, Faris, as we built a solid team, do you feel that we're much more productive now, and now by giving ourselves key roles versus just trying to do everything at once?
I think we're way more productive, because now what we do is we value our time,
right?
And we're able to create opportunity, because our vision is to go through and actually service underserved communities. But how can we service underserved communities if we're focusing on being the staffer, being the caregiver, being the accountant? You can't do this and that. You have to go through, but I think we wore it as a badge of honor to go through and say, well, hey, guys, well, over here at our agency, our owners there, they can do this and that. And I think for a short period of time, that's what you do to learn the business. That's not what you do to sustain the business.
Right. Oprah says this, and I always say this, you want to put your feet you want to put your feet in the shoes of every area in your organization. And so you want to know how to do everything, you know, even in the studio. I don't know how to shoot the camera, but I know different angles, you know, I know how to do some editing. And so from studio to nursing to staffing to HR you want to put your shoes in every part of your organization. And I think that, Faris, as we have grown our organization, we have built identifying roles for each other. And so I would say this, Faris and I typically identify roles with each other. What I excel in, I know what I excel in. I excel in expansion opportunities. I excel in creating policies and procedures, as well as igniting the vision for the business. And what Faris brings to the table, he brings streamlining operation. He brings reviewing those systems, oversights of budgets and projects, and then the continual execution of the vision. So I think that we make a great teamwork into not trying to spread ourselves too thin.
Exactly. And what that does is it brings freedom as well to the business. Freedom for us to grow, and freedom for our team members to grow within the organization as well, instead of going through and putting glass ceilings. Because remember, you can only go as far as the leader. Right. So if you're following a leader that only can go through and step 1 foot at a time, or to go through and have to have their hands in every little thing, that's going to go through and show you the level of leadership, and it's going to show you how far you can go as well. So I think that's one thing we quickly realize. Caleb, the number 3 tip is not having work hours.
I remember those days.
Man, it was. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, what they do, a lot of business owners, we pride ourselves in, oh, well, hey, I'm team no sleep. I work all the time. I hustle till I can't stop. My grind won't quit. Right. Those type of things, again, all this stuff is for the individuals that are just getting started, because as you mature in business, you realize that you can't work all the time. Right. I realized that I could not work all the time. I realized that if I work all the time, I was not giving opportunities to go through and spend time with my family, with my friends. I was not able to take care of my health. I was not able to go through and look at my finances. There's a lot of things suffered because the mindset of, oh, the grind won't quit. Right. And I think that's one thing we realized, that you have to have balance. You have to realize that, not to say your job is an 8 to 5 or your business is 8 to 5, but you have to have balance. You have to realize that, okay, well, hey, I realize my most opportune hours to go through and actually work inside my business is early in the morning to around about 11 or 12 o'clock, because that's when I'm really focused on the business. But you have to make a conscious decision on that as well.
Yeah, I remember when we started our business fairs, we actually worked to one eye open and one eye closed. Yes. And so that's one thing that we definitely did. And so, you know, like all entrepreneurs, especially when you're starting off, you are going to get to a point where you have to just kind of focus primarily on, you know, on your business. And so, but you have to give yourself working hours. And I feel that you can't fulfill yourself, or you can't be there for yourself if you're giving all your time to your organization. Yes. And so you have to have time to meditate. You have to have time for your cup of coffee, or working out, or reviewing your goals to find balance. So it's all about creating that balance. And so just don't work. Create the time for yourself. Create a life. Create an atmosphere that you have for self-care, so you can really be there for others.
And one thing, Kayla, I'm going to commend you on. I know you started off. I don't know if you're still doing this. I know every week you used to go fishing every week. I don't know what day it was. Every Wednesday, you used to go fishing. Are you
it's been winter. It's wintertime now, so I haven't really been doing that lately.
Okay, man, the fish is still biting.
Yeah, Faris, you just told me you caught like 2 bass. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I used to pride on every Wednesday I was gonna have some time after work just to kind of go fishing and just kind of enjoy myself. So I haven't really been doing that lately because I've been working on all these projects and COVID, and then I'm not gonna blame it on this stuff because you make time for what you want to make time for.
Correct, exactly.
And so I think that I need to really kind of revisit that so I can kind of get that going back again.
Oh man, that'd be great right there.
Yeah. So, and let's talk about 4. So we talked about not having work hours, but let's talk about 4 is not taking time off of vacations. I think that, I am a traveler, and I think Faris definitely used to envy me with my travel explorations that I used to do. I used to just take a trip and say, I'm going to New Zealand today. I'm just kind of do stuff like that. But you have to take time for yourself, and you have to take time to really enjoy your weekends and vacations. I look at vacations as an opportune time for you to just re-energize and re-energize and relax your brain so you can have time to really kind of think, have fun, and then when you come back to work, you have all of this new. Be creative. You can be creative when you're coming back when you're really in a much better state. And so I would say definitely you have to make time for that. And then know when you're taking your vacations, don't answer the phone. Don't do any work because this is your time. You only get a certain amount of times throughout the year. So make that time and really make that time meaningful and impactful.
I think one thing I actually looked at was, especially having children, I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. I realized that was more eye-opening for me because I would look at the weekends and the days. I look at days off as being weak. I'm like, hold up, why you need a day off? Like, you can work, you can hustle.
Right.
But I realized that the weekends and the evening times and that time, those vacations were not, I was being selfish thinking that, okay, I can work, not when I have a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old that wanted to experience life. Yes, I may have already traveled the world. Yes, I may have done a lot of things, but now it's incumbent upon me to go through and actually make sure I go through and expose them to other things as well.
Right.
And so I had to go through and have a shift of mind saying that, I can't work all these hundreds of hours and neglect them, because that's going to go through and limit their exposure. So that's one thing. Last year, 2021, I consciously made sure we were out and about at least once every other month. And I constantly made sure I exposed them to different places, different foods, different opportunities of travel, because I want to make sure that as we're raising our children, we raise them well-rounded as well. So again, don't forget to take those weekends and vacations as well. They're very important.
And then also, you have children, they only grow up once.
One time.
And so you want to make sure you're there. You want to make sure when the baby crawls, when the baby walks, when your first fishing trip, your first hiking trip, the first airplane ride, or airplane excursion, you want to make sure you're there. And so I think that's commendable. I've really seen you definitely improve on that part and not make business a prison. Instead of business. People start businesses in order to create freedom. So you should never get so tied up in your business that it becomes a prison.
Wow.
So I would say that. And so last but not least, 5, our 5th tip is one reason you feel you can't disconnect. And most people feel that they feel that they can disconnect. They feel that time equals money. And I realize that if you think like time equals money, money equals time, you're not thinking right in business. Like I said, you don't want to make your business a prison.
Yes.
So you don't want to think like I have to devote so much time in order to that's going to equate to the money that I bring in. That's not true. You want to have leverage. You want to have team members. You want to, have a supportive team when you're creating a business.
One of the things that I look for when I never wanted to equate time or my time to money within business as well. One thing I like to go through and leverage. I like to have a team, because we realize that when we're growing something so massive, I can't do 1,000 hours per day by myself, but if I have 100 team members that are doing set number of hours, then we can go through and hit that 1,000 hours per day or whatever that goal that may be as well. So one thing I would encourage as well is to go through and just have a different perspective on that. Have a different perspective on your time. Your time, yes, your time is valuable, but the most valuable thing is not money always.
Right.
Your time is valuable. The value could be spending time with your family, spending time traveling, spending time creating new experiences. And so that's one thing where I believe that a lot of business owners fail is they equate their time to money instead of the thing that cannot be bought.
So I want to revisit those questions that we asked initially. So why is your business not growing? Out of those 5 tips that we have given you, just think about that. That may be some of the reasons why your business is not growing, why your business is struggling, while we are celebrating a tremendous year that we have had in 2021. We want 2022 to be a tremendous year for you. And so these are just some helpful things and helpful tips that you can really examine and scrutinize within your own life to see if those things are affecting me and my business. So we want you to have a great 2022. Yes. It's going to be a remarkable year. And I hope this podcast was just so helpful for you today.
Exactly. And we want you all to continue to tune in each week, every Tuesday and Thursday. We drop new episodes of Conversation with the Homecare Guyz on Spotify, on YouTube, on Facebook. Go through and actually like, follow, subscribe, do all those things right there. Also, one thing we want to ask you to go a step and above and actually tag a friend, encourage a friend to go through and actually tune into the conversation as well, because I really believe that others will go through and be enlightened as well. And Caleb, there you have it. It's another great, phenomenal episode of Conversation with the Homecare Guyz. I hope you guys have an amazing week.
Stay safe.